Leinster Shield for the Under-23 Women's National Championships.
You fixed it.
Turning it off and on again.
You did the James Harris Technical School of how to fix things.
It's the last thing you want to do is just streaming.
So we're back live.
Yep.
Rightio.
Brilliant. Back live. Well, I've made this joke once already this game, but if Lee was here, repeat of earlier message. We have thrown together this live stream broadcast. We just had a couple of audio issues as well. So thanks for sticking with us and checking out the action. You've just missed Charlie Orsini. Rip one to the fence.
Yeah, and once she got to second base, was super excited about the new rule at the Nationals this year where you get the complimentary runner for not just the catcher, it's the pitcher. She was very happy about that and took full advantage, running straight off the field.
We are now in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The score is still 8-4. We got an out. I think we got an out as well. Yeah, just the one out here in the fourth inning. Napier, the DP, in the box for Western Australia. Strike swinging is the call from our umpire up at first base. So, like I was saying, this is a live, unexpected live stream broadcast. We're doing this because of the amount of rain that we've had, and our team at Spacequake Sports have been very helpful with us in this broadcast, so we appreciate that. We'll resume our full broadcast at the 5 p.m. game, the game to follow this one. Strikeout swinging for out number 2. Charlie Orsini pitching for New South Wales after a pretty positive start from Brianna Evans. She got through a couple of innings for 2 runs. She only gave up 2 hits. One of them was an absolute blast over the left field fence from Rahama, from the catcher from Western Australia. And Anthony, Western Australia's got a lot to be happy about. They've had a good win against South Australia earlier today. They might be out of finals contention now, but yeah, plenty to be happy about.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking with Coach Swinburne, he was saying that obviously they've, like many of the teams, has had a difficult preparation. Obviously, with the borders being opened for Western Australia, they've obviously had COVID standards over there that have impacted a lot of different things. So it's been hard for them. And he's obviously done a very good job with the getting the list together. Obviously, a couple of pickup players out of Queensland and New South Wales, and yeah, a lot to like about how they're going about what they're doing.
Sometimes Nationals is doing what you can to pull a team together. So draft players play a very important and vital role. They have been doing so for as long as I've been involved in national championships for South Australia, which dates back to '94. There, I'll say it. You know, we've had some beauties, haven't we, over time, men's and women's? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the Western Australian team this time round have picked up the Arnott sisters from New South Wales, Riley and Lauren, and they've also picked up Grayson Walk from Queensland, so who was a pickup player for the ACT Diamond at the Gillies Shield, just gone past.
This is a change. I was going to say this is Lauren Arnott, but it's not. There is a change. We've got a new hitter for Western Australia. Looks like Amy Carter. Timeout called. She backs away. I think Orsini may have called that one off as the sun is in her eyes. So she doesn't have the sunnies on under the mask, nor a cap, but doesn't affect her too much as she throws yet another strikeout. I caught up with Charlie, actually. She came and saw me yesterday, and it was good to catch up with her. It's not her first time to Adelaide. She was here Well, if you count last week for the Gillies Shield, but she was here during the Softball Premier League season. She played a game for the Hills Heat through a 0-all draw through 7 innings.
In the Pride round.
Yeah.
Friday night softball.
We also saw her in the Under-17 National Championships in 2019, but 5 years ago, there was a tournament. It was the Australia Cup. There was only 3 iterations of the Australia Cup from what I remember. 2 of them were here in Adelaide, and Charlie Orsini came over with her team, the Sweet Heat. I won't forget the uniforms in a hurry. It was bright pink. And we had a bit of a local initiative, I guess you could say, and we ran a speed test, the fastest pitcher of the competition. It was an open tournament, so you could play junior or senior, whatever. And Charlie Orsini pitched 100 Ks an hour as a 15-year-old.
As a 15-year-old.
And then, you know how she celebrated? With a cartwheel. And she showed me the video of it yesterday. It's terrific. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it posted. I think it's fantastic to see.
Just an update for those. Queensland have just taken the go-ahead in their game against the South Australian under-23s at the moment over on Diamond 2, the new made-up Diamond 2 that was recreated by the excellent ground crew here to allow the games to go through last night. So they're now leading 4-2 in the top of the second. Coach Humphreys looks like he was trying to recreate a bit of the Chillingworth magic from the Nationals just gone past, but unfortunately Taylor's in the second innings and she's 50 pitches in. So 4-2 in the bottom of the second. So it looks like a bit of a shootout over there. Emily Solomon on the mound for the in the circle for Queensland. Early days.
What score was that?
4-2. And now it's just gone 4-all.
Long ball.
Wow.
Caught out at left field. So some terrific plays so far in this game, Anthony, and already seen some great highlights, but we'll just run with the plays as they go at the moment. I've got some of the plays from the magnificent team of statisticians that we've got here at the game today, and we'll go through perhaps the eye score as well. You can follow at home with the eye score as well. And this is Emma Sheehan up to bat. She's hitting 8 in the lineup.
And number 10 pitching for Western Australia is Willow Swinburne.
So she's moved from first base?
Yeah, and had done some training on Wednesday through shortstop, and she's pitching.
And Sky's moved from pitcher to first, so they just made a straight swap there.
Yeah.
8-4. It was a fast start from New South Wales. They scored 4 in the second. Actually, it was Western Australia that got the fast start. They scored 2 in the first, courtesy of that long ball from Rahama. And then New South Wales struck back with 4 of their own to make it 4-2. Then in the third, New South Wales scored another 4 to go 8-2 up. And it was WA that replied at the bottom of that inning with another 2 runs. So there's where they got the 8-4 scoreline. Since then, it's been pretty tidy defense from both teams. Ground ball to third base.
Even though there was a little bit of rain too in this game, just briefly, ground's holding up really well considering the amount of work that's been done on it.
Yeah, and thanks so much to our ground crew for helping out. All volunteers. Had a lot of parents from the interstate teams helping us out as well, just to make sure that games were being played, and we really thank them for their efforts. That was Lauren Ewan, who's playing third base for Western Australia, made that good play. Go back to the top of the order for New South Wales and Alyssa Connell. It's a piece of this. It's a fly ball out to centre field. Terrific effort, but it looks like in a diving play, it's come off her knee and right by the right field who was backing up. So extra bases for Connell. Great effort.
Oh, sensational effort. I mean, it's obviously wet underfoot out there at the moment, so players doing really well to keep their balance and still be aggressive, showing their skills.
Well, the run scores. And we think that they've scored an error to 8, so great endeavour, and you can't question that commitment that she had. 72 is Nicole Conacher, back in the box for the 4th time in the game. Good pick up from the catcher, and with a left-handed batter, Connell should be careful with her lead-offs on 3rd.
Yep, the only left-handed hitter in the New South Wales lineup, so.
And why not stick her at 2? Ground ball back to the pitcher. There is 2 out, so that'll do it for New South Wales here in the top of the 5th. They did score a run, so they go up to 9-4. And we go into the bottom of the 5th. Well, almost threatened to be a bit of a blowout. Anthony at 8-2 in the 3rd. So Western Australia, you mentioned their bats are running a bit hot today.
Yeah, they've, as we said, they had that earlier good win over SA to open their account. And Coach Swinburne at the moment now just brought his charges in together, having a bit of a chat. Obviously, late in the game now in the 5th, if they're going to mount a fight back, it's going to need to sort of happen reasonably quickly. So
we just look at the ladder. Western Australia have got Queensland still to come after this game, and currently, after 6 games played, they've got 1 win and 5 losses. The win coming earlier today, 22 runs for, 39 against. Interestingly enough, of that 22, 13 came in the early game today. Add another 4 to that, so they're really on a roll now today, but it's coming a bit too late for them, unfortunately, for those fans from WA.
And for them, unfortunately, not only was winning this game and the game late against Queensland tonight important, but it was also important for the run differential to be kept down. So, but, you know, the important thing is they're here, they're competitive, they're aggressive.
Not impossible for them to make finals, but they do need to upset both New South Wales, Queensland, and that's the doomsday double if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
The last 2 games of your tournament, your teams 1 and 2.
It's a couple of teams. I mean, Western Australia is the one of 2 teams playing 4 games today. Is that right?
Potentially.
Don't worry about the doomsday double. That's bad enough as it is. So
yeah, they started this morning 9 a.m. against Victoria. They backed it up against South Australia at 11. They did get a game break and started this game at 3 o'clock against New South Wales, and then tonight, 7:30, they'll play Queensland. Big day for
that's a very
Western
long
Australia.
day. Yeah. So Lauren Newman at the plate, just fouling that ball off down the 3rd base line.
New South Wales, on the other hand, this is their first game of the day. But they go back to back to back. They'll play 5 o'clock or the next time slot right here on Diamond 1 against Victoria. It'll be Victoria's last game of the tournament, and then they go again. All 3 New South Wales games will be live streamed tonight, so there you go. All on Diamond 1, and that last game at 7:30 is against South Australia.
Newman just gets that off the end of the bat, becomes a slow roller over to 3rd base, and the 2nd out.
Two cameras going now, so our team at Spacequake Sports just pulling out all their tricks.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. So this wasn't planned, this live stream broadcast, so an impromptu broadcast, if you would. And we can see Charlie Orsini doing the work for New South Wales. Producer Brandon and his team, just thanks so much to our team at Spacequake Sports. They bring us absolutely amazing footage of softball throughout the entire summer season, and that goes October through to March, and here we are in May. Swing and a miss, so chasing high. Orsini just seems to be in a groove now, Anthony, after she had a little bit of trouble at the start. She retired her first batter that she faced and then went 3 consecutive hits against from Rowe, Arnott and Rahama that put 2 runs on the board. But since then, she shut them down. And Orsini just running commentary herself as she heads to the dugout. I think she might be getting her sunnies. It's become bright all of a sudden. We've barely seen the sun over the last couple of days, and this time of day, a little bit tricky. Look, because it's not our usual live stream broadcast, we might interact with our viewers. What do you reckon?
Go for it.
Let's have a look. Let's go on to our Facebook messages. We're going old school here. We used to do this all the time. We'll bring up the comments on live stream. We'll interact with those who are watching and see if we can have a little bit of fun with this impromptu live stream that we're bringing you. 9-4 at the moment in favour of New South Wales here in the bottom of the 5th. Take advantage of us while you've got us, because in the last 2 games it'll be our full broadcast.
So Riley Arnott at the plate. Would expect that Riley's probably seen a bit of Charlie in her time over in New South Wales. The weird thing of last week, playing in a team together in the Gillies Shield final, and this week they're playing against each other. So.
Pop up to left field and a good catch taken. I'm going to say that was Rowe. That was the starting lineup anyway for New South Wales. Actually 25 took the catch, and I've called the wrong team. Rowe plays for WA. Olivia Moore took the catch for New South Wales. G'day to Dylan. Good to hear your commentary. Oh, Crispy. G'day, mate. We worked with Crispy a little bit in New South Wales. Does a little bit of the commentary himself, so a co-commentator.
Oh, shout out to Crispy. Legend. Where are people watching from today?
Yeah, we'll, why not? Let us know where you're watching from. Throw out your club as well. There's this old man, Darren Crisp, Arnott and Orsini playing the same association, as well as they played rep New South Wales last week in the Gillies Shield. Swinburne's going to continue for Western Australia. So we got mostly New South Wales fans watching, Anthony. Casino in New South Wales. Patrick's watching from Tasmania, and Cherie from Perth. Great to see that we've got the fans from across the ditch as well. Natasha watching from Auckland. My mum's watching. How about that? My mum. Happy Mother's Day for tomorrow, Mum.
Yep. Where's Maeve?
Girls. Bev's granddaughters. How about that? Bev's watching as well. Thanks for streaming, guys, from Hunter Valley. And Ebony's watching from Townsville in Queensland. So we're all across Australia. We know we're international, New Zealand as well. We'll keep interacting with you all at home, seeing as this is an impromptu live stream broadcast. Yeah, Anthony's bringing us the updates from the other Diamond South Australia narrowed that margin. It's 4-3 now, but they're out hitting Queensland 6 hits to 4. Leading the way for SA Chillingworth, the Gilly Shield National Championship champion with 2 hits. That one's popped out. Emily Gordon was the first out.
Charlie Orsini at the plate. Last time going deep to centre right. Swinburne in there for a strike. 84 kilometres an hour.
Glenmore Park, the Phantoms, Glen Rowan, Geraldton, and Matt Tatnell holidaying on the east coast of Tasmania this weekend from the NTSA in Launceston, playing for the Eagles Softball Club. Got a friend out at Ulverston, actually. Might be a little west of Launceston Association, though.
Swinburne just changing the pace up there a little and catching Orsini fouling the ball off. Dropped all the way down into the 60s. So
Port Macquarie, that's a nice spot in New South Wales. Orsini. If you missed it earlier, she smashed one to the fence, and Anthony and I sort of looked at each other and said nothing she can't do, but grounds out to shortstop this time around. Great play from Rewell for WA. If you're watching, let me know if I get any pronunciations wrong. I'll allow it for this game only. Put up with it for all the others.
yeah, Swinburne starting to use her change up there just to offset some of the power hitting that New South Wales have obviously got in their lineup, and some instant results.
We've got someone watching all the way over from 2.5 metres away, Lindy Radigan. I'm on holiday for the weekend before the late game. That's Lindy. Thanks for joining us, Lindy.
Yeah.
You a terrific supporter of softball in SA.
Couple of big games tonight, James.
Yeah, well, with finals starting tomorrow, I'm not sure if we're going to see best on best tonight. I just got that feeling that the New South Wales, South Australia game, the late game, might be a little bit of ducks and drakes. Just smashes this one past the head of the third base player, Caitlin Wild for New South Wales. Stands up at 2. What a terrific shot.
Yeah, Coach
Lauren Newen at third might. No, that's Nepier's come in. The DP's come in to field as well. So welcome to the game.
Coach Horton will be happy with that. So Caitlin Wild from the Hornsby district, part of the leadership group in the New South Wales under 23 team.
This one drops in. Good base running from Wild. Dinah with the Texas Liga, a single and an RBI to go with it. Keep him coming through, guys. We're in this impromptu live stream. We're just breaking all the rules, and is it the fifth wall? Breaking the fifth wall when you talk to your audience watching? G'day to Ray, Harrington Park Scorpions, home of Gabby Plain. She got signed. Athletes United.
Yeah, but didn't I see the Washington got beat this morning?
Today. Yeah, well, we can't win all the time, can you? Dee Dee from Marsden Park, and Zach, Emma Sheehan is my idol. Well, there you go, Emma Sheehan. She's had not a bad game today, a walk and a run, and team's leading.
Real noticeable change in the way that Swinburne's going about it. He's taking a lot of the pace off the ball.
Yeah, Swinburne came in when were struggling a little bit. Western Australia, they're giving up 8, and she's been pretty tidy so far. The outs made, and that'll end the New South Wales inning. Pretty sure the score's right. Brandon's all over it now. Thanks for that, mate. 10-4 in the middle of the 5th. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for watching. And Ronnie Pritchard watching in Melbourne. Looking forward to watching some great softball tonight, Saturday night. Now, New South Wales fans, geez, you're in for a treat, aren't you? You've got 3 games in a row being live streamed, so we'll make sure that we're not showing too much bias towards you. Get ready for that last game, though. We'll jump on the SA train.
Taylor Evans has just hit a ball over the 230-foot fence on Diamond 2 to score a home run. With runners on for Queensland to break the game open against Chillingworth, who's in the middle still, as that game now goes into the top of the 4th, with Queensland now leading 8-3.
Now, she's made some history there, because I don't know any softballer that's hit it over the baseball fence on that backfield before.
You need to probably
yes,
put some context around.
Yes, we've moved the home plate 230 feet closer to the fence, but she still had to get the journey. So first person to ever do it, I reckon. I know Jared Farrell's hit a couple of golf balls over that fence.
Yeah.
There's a golf course just to the south of that diamond, and we find the occasional ball. So he returns the favour.
Natasha Straps has come in to replace Chillingworth in the circle.
Tim Thompson. Are we allowed to, because we're breaking the rules, are we allowed to just give them all nicknames? Tomo watching from Brisbane. Jamie Lee's got a fan. Chelsea Harrington, g'day. And Bev's just, she just joined in before. She made a comment and mentioned that it looks pretty dark. I can tell you, we've got the lights on. If you can get a shot of the Adelaide Hills, mind you, you won't be able to see too much. There's plenty of cloud cover, but we want to watch the action. And Charlie Orsini in full flight at the moment. There we go. There's a nice shot. Well, that will be one of the antennas from the Adelaide Airport. The Adelaide Hills in the background. Normally you can see a little bit better than that. How's the coverage from our team at Spacequake Sports?
Oh. That's a nasty hop out there at shortstop. She did everything right, got down low to the ground, but the ball just kicked up at the last second.
Now, Zach Walker, you can think again if you want me to say that, but well done on the 89th birthday. Tomo's fine, thanks, Tim.
So Gemma Raman gets on with a shot out to left centre.
Breaking all the rules. Brandon, I can just see David just shivering in a corner somewhere in Canberra at the moment. Ground ball, shortstop, has a chance to make amends, gets the lead runner, but that left-handed second base doesn't really have a chance to turn a double, do they?
No, not unlike their open women's counterparts who mastered the act of the double play in the Gillies Shield. The Fire Stars were...
they made 43 double plays, didn't they, over the
felt
weekend?
like they made 4,000. I mean, the opening day they made plenty.
Paul Elder, Marsden Park, the Mustangs. This is Ghost Rider. You know that the Top Gun new film came out, worldwide premiere was earlier this week, Tom Cruise?
Yeah, a couple of weeks away, I think, for us.
He's about to turn 60.
Doesn't look like it.
Swinburne's the new... Oh, goodness. All right, so the catcher for New South Wales saw the runner get a massive lead off from first base there, thought, let's have a pick-off attempt. Is this the replay? Yeah, let's have a look at the... Well, no one's sponsoring this one today. So it's just gone a little wild. We might bring back the Eastern replay for later on in the day. This might be the Spacequake Sports replay for this game. No one's sponsoring or paying for this broadcast. Taylor Evans has got a fan. Nikki Wong's watching. And it's our pleasure to bring you the action. Great catch, double play chance. New South Wales just they don't know how not to make double plays, do they?
No,
You'd feel ripped off as a hitter. Swinburne, she's just rifled one out to right field.
Yep, absolutely. Gone with the pitch in the high 80s. Ball falls in. Good catch at right field. Cole. Oh.
Looks like the New South Wales team manager's got a little bit of work to do after a collision like that. As she just hands me a note and wants to shout out to Laura, Jess and Adam. So we'll do that later, I reckon. Let's have a look at this replay. The collisions made.
Ooh, that could have been very nasty. Both players going for the ball, no stop, and the catcher just pulled out of that. Thankfully, to avoid any further sort of collisions. So still 10-4 here as we go into top of the 7th.
Well, if New South Wales are able to score one or more, they can put the game into run rule territory, and obviously we want a game of it, and we want to see Western Australia as it is potentially their only live stream broadcast, and that's not anyone's fault. We had a terrific lineup of games, yeah, and you can't help the weather. But yeah, Western Australia fans, stay with us. I mean, plenty more softball action to come.
And it's great that they've been able to get here with obviously all the difficulty they've had with the borders. So definitely a shout out to Coach Swinburne and his team. But at the moment, it's his daughter on the mound, Willow.
Plenty of action. We'll get back to the comments in a moment, but Swinburne's actually throwing in the 80s, so
yeah, she's been
not too bad.
Been sitting there in the 80s for most of her ups pitches, but just in the last 2 innings, she's just started to bring some changes in that have been down in the 60s, which has been a significant enough change to offset some of this power hitting. So
another ground out. Some pretty good fans in the crowd as well. Some good numbers considering how cold it is. It's May and we're at the softball park, so dedicated fans, because even in summer, like, it could be 35 during the day, and then as soon as the sun goes down, you'll get that Arctic breeze that we get.
Well, Saturday night, the cafeteria is working overtime.
Good shot. Just gone foul. Sense of occasion from the umpire. Thank you, Lindy, who's giving me hot chips.
Nothing better than coming down to the softball on a Saturday night for hot cinnamon donuts, and shout out to the cafeteria volunteers as well. Is that the chop?
Chops, yeah. My mate.
Need to have a chat with that guy.
My mate's watching Jared Farrell. Thanks, Lindy. I'm choking on your chips. Jared wouldn't want me to say this, but I've hit more home runs off him than anyone else. Thanks for watching, Jared. Therese is watching. She played for Victoria, I reckon, at the Gillies, and she wants me to shout out to the doctor and to Eshe.
More strikes out high. Let me just predict your future, James. The next time you face the chop, I can tell you what the first pitch is going to be.
Yeah, it might be down the middle, and it's going to be sent.
Ooh.
It'll come back wet. Thanks, Jared.
Comedy hour.
Daryl O'Dine, keep working, WA, watching from Bunbury.
Well, yes, Swinburne's doing a good job here. She's just struck out the leadoff hitter, Olivia Moore. Brings shortstop Alyssa Connell to the plate.
And our team at Spacequake Sports has done it again. We've now got 3 cameras going. This is a miracle here. These guys just have, for those just joining us, we've just pulled this broadcast together because WA aren't going to have any more live stream games for the tournament, and you know we can't help the weather, but we called the guys at Spacequake Sports and said instead of just the last 2 games, how about we try and capture the end of this game here, because it's impromptu, because it was scheduled to be on Diamond 2, but because the grounds crew got Diamond 1 up and going, we're able to bring you this game, and thought we'd help out the WA viewers. And we started with 1 camera, and then partway through the game, we started partway through the game, and I think it was in the 3rd inning with 1 camera, and then we had 2, and now we've got 3. Don't have the normal lineup cards, but very special thanks to the statisticians to our left for helping us out a little bit. New South Wales are ahead 10-4 here in the. Are we in the 7th already?
So listen,
it'll be the last game. So there won't be a run rule win for WA.
So Lister Connell here, they've just moved, WA have just been moving their field, their right field over probably about 20, 30 feet from where she was standing originally. So trying to just protect that centre right zone, or Kaysler's tunnel, or whatever we should call that particular area. She seems to hit the ball down there a fair bit. So Connell from the Cumberland Nepean Softball Association reaches first, bringing the only left-hander for New South Wales up to the plate.
Conacher.
I was on my way there.
We're
Nicole Conacher.
Okay. We're breaking the 4th wall. We're talking to everyone who's watching from home on the live stream. We don't normally do it, but because of the impromptu, nice picture there of the rainbow just going through the light tower. Because it's impromptu, we're just breaking all the rules for this game. So we're saying good day to people. Well, maybe not all the rules, but some of them at least. And you can see Chrissy's watching. Now, Chrissy stayed back after the Gilly Shield win for South Australia, and she shared a beverage or 2 with the victorious team, the SA Stars. Don't know if you know, some crazy guy has been all over the news and radio interviews, called the win 66 years. Kath, great streaming commentary. Thank you. Shout out to Riles and Little Anne Grace. Thanks for the live stream, Bev.
Nicole goes up in the zone. Ball falls in just behind shortstop.
Got an obstruction call at first base. And, I mean, we don't like to point it out, but seeing as we're having some fun, 25 Connell. Was that a scorpion dive into 3rd base? I don't know if we've got a live. There we go here. Let's have a look at the replay. She turns to watch the runner into 3rd. Half a scorpion there. That's when the legs come over the top.
Whatever you say, mate.
I got kicked in the face at Nationals. Lindy was there for this, and Drummer, who's to my right as well. It was Jules Jamont for Queensland. Slid into 3rd, did a scorpion, and I was playing 3rd, and I got kicked in the face when the feed came over. It was a true scorpion. Just left a little nick.
So Emily Gordon from Newcastle at the plate. New South Wales have got runners at 1 and 3 with 2 out. We're 10-4 to New South Wales over Western Australia in the 7th innings.
I choked on the last one you gave me, Lindy. Lindy Rating. We should get her a mic. What do you reckon? No, she's refused. Never
Whoa.
short of a word, Lindy, by the way, yet she's shy of the camera. All right, 10-4, top of the 7th, 2 strikes. Gordon's just ripped that one foul.
Got a great story about Emily Gordon, but we'll save it for the main broadcast coming up. So
you've spoken to all the coaches, Anthony. Great work. The amount of effort that goes into bringing you these live broadcasts just aren't turn up and talk like we're doing for this game.
Where is Mark tonight?
Ground ball to the right side. That'll do it for New South Wales in the top of the 7th. 10 runs, though. Pretty good. Seeing as their first game of the day, they're going to go back to back to back. Jade Jensen's playing back, girl. Hi to Jade. I'm hoping that she comes and join us at the commentary, or was hoping, but now that they got back to back to back, and then I'd say they'll feature tomorrow, might not get an opportunity.
Would suggest it's unlikely. So Western Australia here, down 6, but still being aggressive at the plate.
Let's get back to the fans watching. A couple of hundred people watching, and Greg Russak's one of them. He was the chair of the Adelaide Club competition for a little while here in Adelaide. He moved over to Sydney. I think he proposed as well, successfully.
That's always positive.
Yeah, there's Orsini,
Hey,
unmistakable, right, with the pink grill.
softball legend Tracy Opolsky.
Tracy Opolsky, yeah. Formerly Tracy Thompson. The state legend and local legend. Lefty, right?
She was a lefty. Great human being too. Well,
Nipia.
chasing Orsini up in the zone.
All right, we're getting a little bit of a heads up that there's a bit of a threatening band just coming from the south. Hopefully it blows around us. But should be the end of it for the night. Hopefully no more rain interruption for the rest of the night. Great piece of the ball, and WA bats have been pretty good today, Anthony.
Yep, they have. She's picked the change up in that count there, and she's just turned on it hard. Avaria Napier, is that Napier?
Nipia.
Napier, sorry. So she just did that's a great at bat.
Batting with a hoodie. What a great good attempt.
Oh, no.
And the force out's going to be made. Yeah, that's so unlucky. You get a great shot, and it's going to be a force out. I don't think that's Arnott, but she's wearing the helmet.
Yeah. Oh, ball spills.
Yeah, it is. It's Lauren Arnott. Great shot from Lauren Arnott. Batting with the hoodie. Hits it out to left field. Normally would have been a hit any other circumstance, but the force out. So it's a 7-4 to deny Arnott a hit.
Well, you can't blame her for wearing a hoodie. I mean, it's currently a very balmy 15 degrees here in Adelaide, down here at West Beach.
The scorecard says Newen. The name on the back of the shirt says Newman. Great shot, opposite field, just foul.
You can just see that rain coming in over the airport. I think we're about to be interrupted in the very short future, unfortunately.
Well, we're talking to everyone watching at home. Keith Goodman. Now, speaking of legends of this game, he's played Masters, he's played NAMSA, he's played Hills, he's won premierships and medals everywhere he goes. He's the good luck charm of any team that you have. He's got the biggest hands on a man you've ever met. The gentle giant, great broadcast as usual, of course, wondering who's plating the game. So you're going to catch me here. I'm going to say Darren
Clark. Is
Darren
that
Clark? Yeah, Clarky.
Talia McDonald's at first, and Angela Broadbent is at third.
Angela pulling double duty this week. Great shot to centre field. Catch is taken for 2 out, 1 out away. New South Wales from an impressive win. Double duty this week because she was the tournament delegate last week.
That's a very busy week.
For Angela Broadbent. Thanks, Greg, for backing it up. Yes, it is Darren Clark. All right, 2 out here. Rowe up to bat. She had a good start to the game. She had a single in the third and was the third run of the game for WA. But since that inning, haven't got on the scoreboard, and it's largely because of this young lady on the stripe for New South Wales, number 80. Her name, if you don't know, is Charlie Orsini. She's going to go to Tennessee.
the Lady Volunteers, or Lady Vols as they're known.
Interesting tactic to bunt with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th, and the Lady Vols. Well, hopefully we see them feature in the playoffs. Where's Tennessee? Are they in the SEC division?
No, they're up in the big dance, aren't they?
I'm sure someone's watching. They'll know. Shot. Why are you bunting when you can rip him like that out to left field? It gets past the left fielder. 73 will get the name in a minute, but 1 run across the plate. She's going to go for the in the Parker. 2-run score.
That's great.
Great to see. She can watch that one back. Jamie Lee Rowe. Here's the replay. Rips it down the line. It just tips the glove of the left fielder. She did well out at left field. Is that Conacher?
Well, Coach Swinburne had said that she's a genuine switch hitter in the box. She can bat left-handed, right-handed. She can do it all, and she can hit with power. So
she slowed up there as she was turning first. She would have easily made that. Here we go again. There's Anna in the hoodie. It is cold here.
I haven't seen.
Safe. Had a look at her. She's stoked. That's a good, nice way to end your tournament. Actually, do they have another game, Western Australia?
Yeah, they got Queensland.
Queensland a bit later
at
on.
8 o'clock.
University of Tennessee in Knoxville are in the SEC Athletic Conference.
Well, there you go.
All right. I know a little bit about the NCAA, and that's thankful to Jay Jensen and the softball shout-out. If you don't know the softball shout-out, get on board. NCAA Division I team, Tennessee. Great softball program. You've got to be good to be in the SEC. That'll do it. Orsini will wrap things up there for the 3rd out. Let's just wrap it up here. I just want to thank everyone for watching. This was an impromptu broadcast, and special thanks to Spacequake Sports. Your team, Brandon, and your team, you've got 30 minutes or so before we get to the next game. So thanks everyone at home for watching. We'll see you for New South Wales versus
Victoria
coming up in about 30 minutes.